Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is June 11th, 2021. This is episode 328. Today we're looking at Lady Baltimore. The Witch Queens is the name of this arc. This comes out from Dark Horse, celebrating 35 years of publishing. This is issue 3 of 5, coming in at a whopping $3.99. Now on the cover here, we've got this depiction of Imogen, who's a witch, and she's saving Lady Baltimore, who's kind of in charge of watching the witch population, even though she can't perform a stitch of magic herself. And they are actually falling from a plane. It almost I do like this cover because it's kind of like that George Klimt, I think his name is Klimt. I think he was a German painter. He painted, I believe it's called The Embrace. You might see that shown on some Dracula type movies and images or whatnot, the same type of thing. So what we've got here, they're falling out of a plane. Imogen has captured her. The plane was attacked by witches. They were flying from New York, I believe, to Czechoslovakia. Okay, so nice cover on this. Nice, got that diagonal lines going on. Let's take a look to see who worked on this book before I go crazy. All right. The story's by Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden. The art is by Bridget Connell. Colors by Michelle Madsen. Letters by Clem Robbins. And the cover art, doing that nice George Klimt impression, Abigail Larson. There you go. So, like I said, the last issue, the plane they were traveling, it was like a DC-3, got attacked. This is right around World War I. So these witch queens, they're very evil. They're actually in cahoots with the Nazis. So we got a little bit of that going on. Lady Baltimore has set out to find out if the rumors of her dead husband are true. Those rumors being that he is a ghost in Czechoslovakia haunting this one town, actually keeping the town safe from the witch girls. So she is going in to investigate. They've had a lot of run-ins with witches up to now, and these issues have been full of nice action. The art in it is good. The storyline is interesting enough, and I think immersive enough. This is a recommend, by the way. So they are able to crash land the plane. I think there's a few people survive in the plane. Meanwhile, Lady Baltimore, who had fallen out of the plane when it was like cut in half, as I recall, is saved by Imogen, but Imogen has fainted for the moment. Suddenly, a witch comes up on Lady Baltimore, and these witches are all over the place. There's a whole bunch of them, and she's trying to do some magic. Lady Baltimore has found an axe nearby and takes it out on the witch. Meantime, 2 other witches are coming in on Lady Baltimore, but Imogen has regained her senses and has stopped them. Now, in the past, the first witch they captured is actually being held in England, and we have this warlock kind of keeping a spell on her so she can't move. However, she keeps trying to get the spell broken. You can see these candles in front were kind of ringed. She is able to put the candles out and attack him with the wine that's in his wine glass. So there's some cool little twists and stuff here. And things are not looking good for him, but he just says, hey, I've got my own powers. You might think you can beat me. And he actually puts her into his reconstructed wine bottle. So that's kind of cool. Captures her, and he thinks that's going to be easier to keep her that way. Meanwhile, back at the crash site, they're trying to see who's still alive. I think they had about 6. One of the guys gets picked off by the witches and then dropped to his death. So they're going to make a break for it. They're very close to where they wanted to go. They've got Father Rigo, whose face is all scarred up. And for some reason, Father Rigo and Lady Baltimore, Lady Baltimore does not like him at all, but he's just keeps saying, we need your help, and she just thinks he's a big coward, even though his face is all sliced up. So I'm not quite sure what it might have been the previous arc that something happened. As you can see, the witches are up in the sky now. They're performing some ritual, so our group is going to make a break for it, try to make it to the town as the witches start spewing, or I should say, apparently this area had thousands of witches killed, and so they're kind of summoning up the power from the spirits from those dead witches into themselves to make themselves stronger. So it's kind of a little gruesome there. So they're going to make a break for the village. Let's see, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 people left. And the witches are now chasing them, but they'll only go so far because there's Father Rigo's able to stop them with some kind of potion. And they're so close to the village now, they will not go into the village for some reason. And they find out that there is a legend of a stone golem there. In the meantime, Imogen can't help herself, and she kisses Lady Baltimore once again for the second time in this arc. And Lady Baltimore just says, I don't know if I can be in love, and whatnot. And we've got the witches watching from the forest edge. So they go in the town. They get kind of, get a rude greeting by one of the priests there, especially to Father Rigo. But this is when we start to learn about the legend of the stone golem, and they got the thing here. And apparently the stone golem is what killed all the witches in the past. That's why those witches won't come in. They think they might activate this stone golem again. And apparently after he killed all the witches, he played with the children in the town, and then as night fell, they woke up the next day, and he was this statue, not moving any longer. So kind of nice little story there. So they're thinking maybe if we take this stone golem out to the witches, maybe he'll be activated again. In the meantime, we head back to England to check on our warlock, who has been watching the witch. Actually, the two guardsmen go down to check it out, and they find out that the warlock is in trouble again. The witch is actually summoned some buddies, and it's to be continued. So this looks like this witch is going to get away. I'm assuming maybe get over to Czechoslovakia, and we'll start having a big witch war in issue 4. So this is a recommend. Really quickly, let's see what else Dark Horse has going on. We have Sex, Drugs, and Giant Monsters. Jenny Zero, a new hero for a new decade. This is done by Dave Dwanch. Okay, I believe that might be a trade. Then we have Post York, The Water is Rising. I think this is a floppy series. The same, it says it started in February. And then I think that might be, one more, Orphan and the Five Beasts by James Stokoe. And I believe this is out as floppy right now. Okay, there you go. So I get to actually recommend something for a change. There we go. Put it up here. It does get the Indie Comics Jones Good Excavating Seal of Approval, given out only by Indie Comics Jones on this channel. Accept no substitutes. Thank you for stopping by and watching this review. As always, please like, please subscribe, please leave comments, and we'll see you next time at the next review. Many comics to come, including Geiger, if you're into Geiger. So, this is Indie Comics Jones from the Temple of Tomes, bidding you adieu.